Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway is about a squad of paratroopers in World War II. You know, Brothers in Arms is pretty much the most authentic World War II game that you've ever played. All of the environments are real. If you've played the game and you've memorized the environments, you can probably go to these locations in real life today and get a job as a tour guide or something. We really care about getting it right. It's also about squad combat, about leading men. You're not a lone soldier, and the allies you fight with, you actually have an interface to. You can give them orders. You can tell them where to move and where to attack, because fire and maneuver is what tactics is all about. Hell's Highway takes place in Operation Market Garden, which is the largest airborne invasion in history. An easy way to think about it, the first games were about D-Day. D-Day was kind of like Star Wars, and the paratroopers liberated Carentan, which was kind of like the Death Star of Star Wars. It was a good day for the good guys. Market Garden is a lot like Empire Strikes Back. It was a bold plan. They wanted to end the war by Christmas, and they committed a lot of troops, more paratroopers than ever in the history of the world. But the Germans counterattacked, and they crushed a corridor that the paratroopers fought on. And to them that fought and died there, it became known as Hell's Highway. And it was a strategic defeat for the Allies. Our squad, the players in the game, have to come up with a moral victory despite this strategic defeat. It was supposed to be a 2-day operation to punch through the German lines and get across the Rhine and end the war. It turned out to be an 8-day operation. These guys were equipped for 2 days. They had enough food and ammunition for 2 days, and they got surrounded and crushed, and they had to find a way to survive on the ground. And that's an amazing story, and it's really dramatic to be a part of it when you're playing Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. So there's the historical side of it, which is about the strategy, and then there's the gameplay side, which is about the tactics. In the tactical side, you will feel very victorious, very powerful, because we have great assets at our disposal. I can use a bazooka team, a mortar team, a machine gun team, and my own weapons to not only destroy the enemy, but even destroy the environment that he's hiding behind to get to him, and it's very exciting. Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway is the third game in the series, and it's the first game in this generation of hardware. We're using the Gears of War engine, and we're building on top of that. We've built on top of that, so we call it the Unreal Engine 3.5 around Gearbox, because we've done a lot to it. And so the technology looks great, and if you look at an image of Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway and you compare it to anything we've done before, or any of the other guys, and it's not fair. Now, what's neat about video games is we're simulating something, okay? And the Brothers in Arms approach is to do this as authentically as possible, to recreate the actual battles with the actual soldiers, the real historical characters. And what this allows us to do is to use this medium not just for entertainment and amusement, which it's great at, but also as a bit of a time machine, where we can go back in time and experience what that was like. And I don't think that will ever get old. In fact, I think that as new technology emerges, it will become more interesting, because it will become more lifelike, more realistic, and it'll really help us fulfill that fantasy of wondering what it was like. Multiplayer has always been really important for Brothers in Arms, because it's unique in this type of game in the way it handles squad combat, and we've always carried that squad combat methodology and design into our multiplayer game. So Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway has a very, very strong multiplayer game based on squad combat and using the interface of Squad Command. Now, we're not talking a lot about it right now, but I'm going to be very excited soon to show it to people and to really talk a lot about multiplayer. Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway is for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows Vista or XP, and hopefully we'll be ready in holiday 2007. It's looking good. The production plans are pretty tight. See, the thing is, we're going to ship a game we're proud of. So if we need to spend a little bit more time, we're not going to be afraid of that.